Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for the Sabres in the playoffs. Because not only did the Sabres clinch their playoff spot, they already did that. But last night, off a 5-1 win, they clinched the Atlantic Division for the first time in franchise history, getting to 50 wins for only the third time in franchise history. And it couldn't be more beautiful. Hi, I'm Nick. This is an emotional 10 minutes with Nick. And the Sabres remain a wagon. They may have been upgraded to a freight train, but we know for sure that there are dogs on this wagon. After getting down early, 1-0 off a power play kill, the Sabres roared back and made it, I believe it was 5 unanswered goals. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing more to say about these Sabres. There's nothing more to say about a team that ripped off, I believe they ripped off 39 wins, lost 9 games, lost 4 times in overtime. This team didn't just break a playoff drought. I think I'm center camera now. This team didn't just break a playoff drought. We all remember the Tyrod Taylor Bills when they broke the playoff drought in 2017 under Sean McDermott, thanks to some funky backdoor tiebreakers due to the Cincinnati Bengals winning their game at the last second. No, these Sabres were last in the Eastern Conference, said, we need to fire Kevin Adams. They fire Kevin Adams. And then the team said, we need to do some freaking damage to this league. And damage they proceeded to do right up until the Olympic break. Our boy Tage Thompson on the U.S. team went ahead, won gold medal, came back, has been silky smooth ever since. And, oh, by the way, he got up to 40 goals this season. That's sick. Rasmus Dahlin looked great this year, even after some personal tragedy at the beginning of the season. The guys on this team, they're just dogs. I mean, goal after goal after goal after goal. These guys just look fantastic. We're locked in as the Eastern Conference number 2 seed. We're locked in with home ice. And Buffalo sports fans, we don't get joy a lot, right? It's not often in the cards for us. The city of Buffalo, when it comes to our sports teams, doesn't often get a lot of joy. When it comes to our city, there's often not as much joy. It's been more joy recently, but not as much joy as you might want. It's an amazing place, deserving of the best teams. And in the year of our Lord, 2026, we have some of the best teams around. The Buffalo Sabres, obviously, we just talked about. They're the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and what a story they are. Dogs on that wagon. The Buffalo Bills, they lost in a heartbreaking fashion in the divisional round of the playoffs, but they are constantly a threat to the rest of the league. And the Buffalo Bandits, who started off the year with some rough play, rallied and have clinched a playoff spot. Now, obviously, indoor lacrosse is not the same level of sport as NHL or NFL, but me personally, I've always loved the Buffalo Bandits. I love a little indoor lacrosse. And they're the 3-time defending National Lacrosse League champions. So this is what we call in Buffalo a one Buffalo playoffs year. Meaning that there used to be this thing in Buffalo, this brand, One Buffalo, O-N-E, Buffalo. And this is what we call a one Buffalo type deal. W-O-N, Buffalo. One Buffalo type deal. It's just a happy day. Psychologically speaking, for the city of Buffalo, this is a happy day. We've talked about this on the podcast before, but Buffalo has always been a hockey town. It has. It always has been a hockey town. There's tons of kids club teams. There's tons of high school teams. And the high school teams are actually competitive. Like this is a town that for a long time revolved around hockey. And back in 2005, 2006, that team was particularly good and, included a whole array of guys who will always be remembered. Chris Drury, Danny Briere, Ryan Miller, Max Afinogenov. He was like pure offense was Max Afinogenov. He couldn't play defense a lick, but pure offense. It was awesome. And we're back to kind of having that team on the ice. And it's a big deal. Psychologically speaking, for the city of Buffalo, it's a big, big deal to have that boost. Will they win the Stanley Cup? I don't know. I really don't know. They have some weaknesses. Particularly on their, their fourth lines down, and they have some weaknesses on the power play. Particularly on the power play kill. They got to get better at that. But when it comes playoff time, I've talked about this before, with a team like this that's playoff inexperienced, the secret sauce might just be the vibes. It might just be the fact that no team in the league is hotter than the Sabres right now. No team in the league is playing at what should be an unsustainable clip. This shouldn't be. This is one of those things where you look at it and you say, okay, they're going to play bad in this upcoming game and lose, right? And then they play bad, but they don't let the mistakes that happen in the game get to them, and then they dominate the third period and win. They let a goal in on the power play early in the game last night, and then they ripped off 5 straight goals. This isn't a team that lies down and takes it. They will take you wire to wire, and if you don't stick with them, they will make you pay. And once you start to pay, once they start to smell blood in the water, it takes a lot to stop them. And it doesn't take much for them to smell blood in the water, just like a little chink in the armor, and they're in. That's all they care about. They just need one little short gap to get a shot in, and it's over. And then they go on the ice and do crazy stuff like Harlem Globetrotter type stuff, which is absolutely hysterical to me. These guys are for real. They are for real. And the road to the Stanley Cup, at least in the Eastern Conference, will partially run through them. Even better, the Buffalo Sabres social media admin today finally has a chance to clap back at everybody. It's been years since the admin for the Buffalo Sabres. Actually, I don't think they posted a clip or a graphic today that this is the first time the Sabres have made the playoffs in the social media era. That means the admin for the Buffalo Sabres social media has never had the chance to clap back at people because they've always just had to kind of take it. Well, now they've got the chance to clap back, and even better, they put up a billboard. Yes, they put up a billboard in Buffalo, New York, clapping back at someone who said the Buffalo Sabres have a 0.00000% chance of making the playoffs. That guy is with Barstool Sports, and today, that guy is eating his words. Sabres are in the playoffs. Home ice, secured. Atlantic Division, secured. Can't be more excited. I know I don't sound excited, but I'm just sort of overwhelmed. I'm in awe of these Buffalo Sabres. I can't wait to talk about them more. I can't wait to watch more hockey. Go Sabres. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Go Sabres. Have a great day.